Hi guys, so we're back for another inspection. I'm going to open her up. I don't expect to see much changes here. I'm hoping that the queen's not there. She's gone off and mated. All I expect to see really is a bit more pollen, a bit more honey maybe, and getting ready for the queen to come back. Let's open her up and we'll see what we find. So I've got the hive open. As you can see, there's not much going on. It's very quiet. I don't know if this is down to the heat. But as you can see, look, they've drawn all that comb out there. So I don't think they've gone anywhere. I think they're just maybe a bit quiet due to the heat, being a bit too hot. So I do have a slightly damaged comb here. It's come away from the frame. It's caused a gap and they've started to build off of it, which ideally we don't really want. But I'm going to leave it for now because I don't know where the queen is. So until the queen is definitely mated and I can spot her and keep her to one side, I don't want to go scraping stuff off and risk squashing the queen. So as long as I place it back how I found it, it should go back nicely. And I shouldn't cause too much disturbance or crush anything. I've got the same in here again, that if you can see that they're building off of the wax, and I don't understand why, because I've got spacers and there was no gaps, so I don't know how that's happened. Now we're coming to the ones that have been drawn out, and I don't know if you can see it, but so much honey is stored in this, so much uncapped honey, because obviously they haven't got a queen laying anything at the moment. Everything's just full of honey and pollen. This frame is really heavy. As you can see there at the top, that white stuff, that's the capped honey. That's what we want to make our honey once it's capped. When you find a frame all capped off, that's when the honey is good for collection. But the rest of it full of, God, this is killing my arm, but it's full of uncapped honey, only a little bit of pollen, because again, they've got no larvae to feed yet, so all they're focusing on really is their honey for them to eat. I can't see the queen, but it is very hard to do a full inspection with holding the phone with one hand and trying to work with the other. So again, another frame, bit of uncapped honey there again at the top, full of uncapped honey. This one's a lot heavier than the last one. Oh, I thought there was a bee on my finger, then it's a fly. I've only just opened the hive up, so my nerves haven't calmed down yet, especially from last time I got stung. I'm more worried about my face. I've got my new bee suit now, but I do need to get a cap because it's a different style suit, and the netting keeps touching my nose. Obviously, if a bee goes to attack my face, I can easily get in there and have a good old sting. This one, absolutely beautiful frame. Oh, got a bee going on my finger, but as you can see, loads of uncapped honey there. If I turn it round without getting stung, more uncapped honey. This is very, very heavy. So if I get the camera to focus in on this, I don't know how good you're going to get it, but the last time I was here I introduced the new queen. I did drop this in and it fell into the bottom. I didn't have anything on me to be able to get in there properly and remove it, so I left it until I had the right tools with me to remove it from the hive. They've actually resealed where she came out from, so it's a whole new comb. Obviously I don't see there being anything in there because nothing's laying eggs. I just thought that was quite unusual. So as you can see, so I still have bloody tag on this, but anyway, as you can see, not much going on in there. I didn't expect there to be, but I was quite surprised of how much honey they've got already and how much capped honey they've got. If they keep going on like this, who knows, we might get a little harvest before the winter. It'd be nice if we get something little, just so we don't have to wait a whole year just to get the rewards, even though I'm sure it'd be worth the wait. So I didn't see the queen in there, but as I said, I couldn't have a proper inspection. It's very, very hot today. It's 27 degrees at the moment. I didn't want to piss the bees off too much. It was quite calm. They wasn't really bothered about me being in there, but it's not worth agitating them in this heat, and I'm hot as it is. Plus the net was touching my nose. I've got one of these, you can see one of these ones, so as I'm working, my nose is rubbing, my lips are all on the guard there. I have ordered a cap, so once that comes, that will keep it off my face a little bit, protect me a little bit more. Once I've got that, it'll be a bit more different. I'll have a lot more confidence not being stung in the face. Last thing I want is to get stung by my eyes, and I can't see how to get out because they're all swollen up. So yeah, just going to leave it there for this week. We'll come back next week. Hopefully next week we'll see the queen, we'll see a few eggs, and she's laying nicely. There's not much we can do until we can find that out, and then once they cap over the broods, we can make sure that she's not just laying drones. That's the male bees. Make sure she is laying females as well, because it's no good if we're not getting any females, because it's only the females that go out and do the work. Drones are just used for mating, so they're pretty useless. And then make sure the queen is good and one that can stay in this colony. But the bees have gone back to being very calm again. Could be because the queen's not there, because she's out mated. Could be because maybe we've got a good queen and they're keeping that temperament. I hope so, because it is nice working with these bees where they've got that calmness. It is hard with my fear of bees, because you can only check on your bees once a week, so you get the courage by the end, but by the end you go in, it's another week. By the time you return next week, that fear's come back in a little bit, and I've just got to work to keep my nerves down. Still don't wear gloves. I'm using that as my part to be brave, because I'm very confident with gloves. So I'm just pushing myself a little bit. I don't want to push myself too much, but I'm pushing myself just that little bit, just to keep being brave, get over the fear of bees. I did get stung, like I said last time, and wow, that hurts. So when I see these YouTubers getting stung and they just take it, I don't know how they do it. Honestly, I don't, because that was my first sting in my life. Luckily I wasn't allergic, because there's no one around here, so if anything did happen, I would have been a bit stuffed. But yeah, so getting stung, it really hurt. I went into panic mode. That did hurt. In one sense, I want to get stung so that I can sort of get used to it, because it is going to happen. Even the safest person in the world, a bee's going to get in sometime, and accidents happen. You're going to get stung. It's the nature of the job. So yeah, I'm not wearing gloves to try and get over my fear. If I get stung, I get stung. Hopefully I get used to it. I'm not being silly. I'm not trying to make myself get stung. If it happens, it happens. If I can't adapt to it, I can't adapt to it. I'll go back to using gloves. It's not the end of the world. And when it does happen, I'll just have to put up with it. But being fully protective, obviously it shouldn't happen too much. The first time I did get stung was with a broken suit. So, and it probably was because I panicked, because the bee wasn't going for me, but it just ended up where it ended up. I panicked, tried to get it out. It probably stung me out of fear, protecting itself. So yeah, till next week. When we come back, check on the queen, see if she's coming back to the hive, see if she's laying eggs. Just remember, be kind.